Hello children, welcome to ODA Class, India's leading live teaching platform. My name is Chinmoy Sir and I'm an NIT Rourkela alumnus. And today kids, we're going to explore polynomials. Now you know how important polynomial is, right? In fact, after today's video, I can assure you that you are going to score 7 marks in polynomials for sure. So the next 2 questions will explore everything that you need to know about polynomials. So let's quickly get started, kids. And here's our first question. So the first question is this. If x is equal to 3 plus 2 root 2, then find the value of x square plus 1 by x square, right? And for that, kids, we're going to use 2 different methods. One of them, as we know it, is known as add and square. And the other one is square and add, right? Let's explore this one first, kids. What do I mean by square and add? So obviously x is given to us, 3 plus 2 root 2. And the question demands for x squared. So we're going to find x squared. So what is x squared, kids? This is nothing but 3 plus 2 root 2 whole square, which is equal to 9 plus 8 plus 12 root 2. Or I can write it as 17 plus 12 root 2. Now kids, also this question asks you for 1 upon x squared. So we are going to deal with 1 upon x squared, which is nothing but 1 upon 17 plus 12 root 2. Now we all know, students, what we need to do if we have such values in denominator, right? We need to rationalize. Always remember, in denominator, when you get values like this, you rationalize. So what do I mean by rationalize? We will multiply denominator and numerator by 17 minus 12 root 2. So watch this, right? So if I multiply, kids, what will I get? I will get 17 minus 12 root 2. And the denominator, kids, is of the form a square minus b square. So what is 17 square? It's nothing but 289. It's highly advisable that you remember squares till 30 to help you in exam. And what is 12 root 2 square? It's 288. So which is equal to 17 minus 12 root 2. And once we have done that, kids, the problem becomes fairly simple, right? Watch what has happened, right? We already got that x square is nothing but 17 plus 2 root 2. And 1 upon x square is nothing but 17 minus 2 root 2. So kids, what will happen to x square plus 1 by x square? We will simply add them and we will get 34. This is one way of doing this problem. Now let's explore what is the other way. And over here, we're going to take help of certain identities, kids. So watch, right? Now, what are we going to do? Now, when I look at this thing that we need to find out, x square plus 1 by x square, I'm going to go ahead and simplify this. How do I do that? Watch very carefully, kids. X plus 1 by x whole square is nothing but x square plus 1 by x square plus 2 into x into 1 by x, which is nothing but plus 2. So what can I write x square plus 1 by x square as, kids? Watch, right? This part, x square plus 1 by x square over here. This simply becomes what? This becomes x square plus 1 by x square becomes x plus 1 by x whole square minus 2. Now kids, you already have x. All we need to do is find what is 1 by x. So let's quickly find what is 1 by x. So 1 by x is 1 upon 3 plus 2 root 2. And we just talked about this, didn't we? If you have such denominators, what do? We rationalize. So let's quickly rationalize this one more time, kids. I know all of you will be able to do this. So this is 3 minus 2 root 2 into 3 minus 2 root 2. So this will become 3 minus 2 root 2 divided by 9 minus 8, or this will become 3 minus 2 root 2. So we already have x, kids, and we already have x, 1 by x. This is 1 by x, and x is already given to us in the question. And what do we have to find? We have to find this particular value. So what is x plus 1 by x? Quickly, you know the answer already. So x plus 1 by x plus 1 by x is going to become 3 plus 2 root 2 plus 3 minus 2 root 2, which is 6. So this value over here, x plus 1 by x whole square, is going to become 6 square, which is 36. So x plus 1 by x whole square minus 2, this particular value over here, is going to become 36 minus 2, which is 34, which is already something we have found out, right? So you have seen two methods that we use to solve both the problems. And kids, remember this identity can be used to solve a lot of problems. In fact, you have seen 1 markers and 2 markers coming very regularly in your exam using this particular identity. Now, this was about identity and how do we manipulate them, also about how do we factorize when we have denominators in form of irrational numbers, right? The next question that we are going to deal with is about factor theorem and reminder theorem. So let's read this together. When the polynomial p of x is equal to ax to the power 4 plus bx cube plus cx plus minus 8 is divided by x minus 1, the remainder is 2. If x plus 1 and x minus 2 are factors of p of x, what are the values of a, b, and c? Let's process this information one by one, kids, alright? So the first information is this. What is my p of x? My p of x is ax to the power 4 plus bx cube plus cx minus 8. Right now, what does reminder theorem say, kids? It says if I divide any polynomial with a linear polynomial x minus a, then the remainder is p of a. And over here we have x minus 1. So what will I say accordingly? I will say p of 1 is equal to, what is the remainder? 2. It is 2. And what is p of 1, kids? P of 1 is nothing but replace x with 1. So I will get a plus b plus c minus 8 is equal to 2, or I can simply write a plus b plus c is equal to 10. Let's put it in a box. It will be helpful later. Now let's think of factor theorem. Now factor theorem, kids, I know a lot of us jumble between factor and reminder theorem, but understand, factor and reminder theorem are the same thing. Why do I say that? But if you simply put instead of to 0, it means that it is a factor, right? A factor theorem is nothing but reminder theorem whose remainder is 0, right? So what does factor theorem says? It says if x minus a is a factor of a polynomial, then p of a is 0. So from here, what can I write? I know a lot of us get confused over here as well. So read this particular part, right? This x plus 1. Read it as x minus 1 and you won't have any confusion. So what do I know from here then? P of minus 1 is equal to 0, which is to say a minus b minus c minus 8 is equal to 0, or I can say a minus b minus c minus 8 is equal to 0, or a minus b minus c is equal to 8. Let's also put it in a box. Let's process the third information as well, kids, right? It says x minus 2 is another factor. So what can I say? P of 2 is equal to 0, which is to say 16a plus 8b plus 2c minus 8 is equal to 0. I can take 2 common throughout, right? And I can write 8a plus 4b plus c minus 8 is equal to 0, or 8a plus 4b plus c is equal to 4. Right? This is 4 over here because I've taken 2 common. Now, let's understand what do we do with this information. Now kids, if you have 3 equation and 3 unknown, instinctively what we do is we eliminate one of the values. How do we do that? Let's look at the parts, right? This is the first part and this is the second part. Now if you see the highlighted regions over here, kids, what do you realize? If I simply add both of them, right? Just simply adding both of them, B will get cancelled and C will get cancelled. You will get 2A is equal to 18 or A will be equal to 9 and hence we get the first value. A value is 9. Now what do? We replace A with this, right? Over here, and you can choose any one of them. Let's choose this. So if I replace them, what will I get? I will get B plus C is equal to 10 minus 9, which is 1, and 4B plus C is equal to 4 minus 8 into 9, which is 72. So this is minus 68. Now these are the other 2 informations that we get. Let's highlight them as well, right? So here is my first information and here is my second information, and I'm sure all of us remember about linear equation in 2 variables. So let's solve them to find B and C. What am I going to do? Let's write this separately, right? So let's write B plus C is equal to 1 and 4B plus C is equal to minus 68. If I subtract, I will get minus 3B is equal to 69 or B is equal to minus 23. So now I already got A is equal to 9. Now I have gotten B is equal to minus 23. Let's replace B is equal to minus 23 over here. So C will become, let's quickly calculate. What will C become, bachas? C will become 1 minus B or 1 minus 23, which is 1 plus 23, which is equal to 24. So C will become equal to 24 and hence the value of A is 9, value of B is minus 23 and the value of C will become 24. And now what have we learned today then, kids? We have learned how to use identities, how to rationalize, how to use factor theorem, how to use reminder theorem, and how to solve 3 equations with 3 variables, which means by now you're a master of polynomials. And with that, we have given you the gift of 7 marks in polynomials for any exam that you write, kids. Kids, if you like today's video, make sure you like us and subscribe us, give us a thumbs up, and I'll be back with more such amazing videos. ODA Class, better teacher, better future.